Hello lovely people, welcome back to another interesting sewing tutorial, which we are going to learn how to cut and sew this beautiful skirt and blouse that you see on the screen. So if this is something you are interested in learning, keep on watching. My pattern paper is on fold. Can you see? My pattern paper is on fold. I've gone ahead to start drafting a basic bodice, but I'm going to explain what I have here. So first of all, this is my starting point, which represents my shoulder line, call it SL. This is my chest line. To get your chest line, divide your bust circumference by 6 plus 1.5. This is my bust line, that is from the shoulder to the bust point, then from the shoulder to my waist, and then the full length line of the blouse. I'm starting with the blouse first, and this is my front pattern that I'm drafting first before drafting the back. Next one was for me to mark my shoulder measurement. So shoulder divided by 2, and then I slope the shoulder by 1.5 inches. So after sloping my shoulder, I draw a straight line to meet my chest line, and then I mark down my bust measurement divided by 4 on the chest line. Then on the center of this line, I came in by 0.5 and I drew my armhole curve. So let's continue from here. The next thing I will do will be for me to mark down my waist measurement and divide by 4. So measure around the waist circumference, whatever measurement you have, you divide it by 4. The one I'm working with, when I divide by 4, I have 8.5. Then I'm going to add 1 inch dart. And then the full length line, divide your hip measurement by 4. Whatever measurement you have, then you mark it down. So the one I'm working with is 11 inches. Then I'm going to add 0.5 inch ease allowance. It's not that tight on the hip line, so I added ease allowance. So I'll go ahead and connect all the points. Can you see? So the next thing now will be for me to mark my dart. So for me to do that, I'm going to come to my bust line. I will mark my bust span measurement divided by 2. That is nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. Then whatever measurement you have, you mark it down. You mark it on your waistline as well, and also on your full length line. I'll connect to have a straight line. Then remember we added 1 inch dart there. So on this waistline, we are going to mark 0.5 on each side of this line, which will be our dart intake. So from there, I'm going to connect it directly to my bust points. I have a detailed video on how to draft your basic bodies. So if you don't know how to draft your basic bodies, I will drop the link on the description box. So the next thing will be for me to mark 2 inches above the hip line. So I will connect it to these 2 inches points. So you can see me doing so. So that is our dart. So now let's work on the neckline. So I want the neckline to be 4 inches neck width. So I will replot the neckline. I will mark 4 inches. This is where I have 4 inches, and I want it to be 6 inches neck depth. So I will mark where I have 6 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect my V. Go ahead and connect my V neckline. So I'll just use my ruler and slant the line, as you can see me doing so. So that is for my neckline. So the next thing now will be for us to create the open design that you see on the front. So to do that, I'm going to mark 1.5 inches below my waistline. This is basically your preference. You can decide to come down by 2 inches. You can decide to come down by 2.5. It all depends on what you want. So then coming to the full length line, I'm going to mark 2 inches. Then I'll connect it directly to this other point. Can you see? So this is my dart. I will shape my dart. And this other point, I'm going to cut this out. The next thing will be for me to impute my bust dart. So for my bust dart, I'm going to make use of 1.5 inches. I will connect it to my bust point. Can you see? This is my bust dart. And then I'm going to mark my shoulder joining allowance. I need 0.5. I'll mark where I have 0.5. I'll mark same here. I'll connect to have a straight line. So I'll go ahead and cut my pattern now. So this is the front pattern after cutting it. So when you want to cut on your fabric, this is the side that is the brown color or any color of your choice that you want to use. So I've transferred my dart, my bust dart and my waist dart. I've transferred it already. So the next thing will be for you to cut this. And when cutting it, make sure you add your joining allowance at the center front because you need to join the brown part to the white part. You need to add your joining allowance on this other pattern and the joining allowance here. And then the next thing will be for you to place your big button. We have a button here. There is a button here. We have about 3 buttons. We have another one at the waist line. So you can see the placement of the button is just on the brown part, not on the white part. We have another one here. And then we have another one at the center. So you need to measure from this other button to this other button so that you will know the center. So those are the 3 buttons on the dress. So this is for the front pattern. Let's quickly draft the back pattern. This is my zipper allowance. And this is my shoulder line. This is my chest line. This is my waist line and the full length. So the next thing will be for me to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2. Mark them on the chest line. I'm going to mark my neck width. Remember, we make use of 4 inches for the front. Then the neck depth for the back will be 1 inch. I'll connect my neck. Then I'm going to slope the shoulder for the back by 1 inch. Then I'll connect from my shoulder slope, to my neck width. Then I'll connect it to my chest line. I'll mark my bust measurement divided by 4 on the chest line. I'll mark half of this line. Come in by 0.5. I'll create my armhole cuff. That is my armhole cuff. So the next thing will be for me to mark my waist measurement divided by 4 on the waistline plus my 1 inch dart. And then the hip measurement divided by 4 plus ½ inch ease allowance. Remember, we added ease allowance for the front. I'll go ahead and connect those points. Can you see? Next thing will be for me to mark my dart. Come to the waistline, I will mark half of my bust span measurement. I'll come to the chest line, I will mark same half of my bust span measurement. mark them on the full length line. Then I'll connect to have a straight line. Then for the back, my dart will start from 1 inch below my chest line and then 2 inches above my hip line. I'll mark my dart intake of 1/2 inch on both sides. Then I'll connect it. If this tutorial has been helpful to you, please subscribe to our channel, turn on your notification bell, share our videos, and give us a thumbs up. So that is my dart for the back. The next thing will be for me to tighten the waistline to eliminate zipper bulging. So I will mark 0.75 on my waistline. I'll connect it to 2 inches above the hip line and then to the neck depth. Can you see? This will help you to eliminate that folding at the back. You see a beautiful outfit, but the back will be folding. So this will help you to eliminate that. The next one will be for me to remark my zipper allowance. I want to make use of 1.5. So this is my new zipper allowance. So remember to add your joining allowance when cutting and then your seam allowance when cutting on your fabric. I will add my shoulder joining allowance of 1/2 inch. This is my back pattern. I'll go ahead and cut my pattern. So this is my back pattern, the 2 back panels. I'll go ahead and hold my darts for the 2 sides. So for the skate, just go ahead and draft your pencil skate. I have a detailed video on how to draft your pencil skate. I'll drop the link on the description box. And for the sleeve is just your basic sleeve. Then you attach your full circle flare. You can decide to pleat it or you can decide it not to be pleated. So that is basically everything about this style. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and also subscribe to our channel. Turn on your notification bell so that when I upload new sewing tutorial, you'll be notified. See you on our next video. Bye bye.